Admiral Kim Bora sat in her command chair on Earth's orbital defense station, watching the stars through the massive viewport. She held a small data pad displaying the last message from Haven Colony. 6 months of silence. The Earth Defense Council was getting worried. Haven had been humanity's first colony beyond the solar system. 2,000 brave souls had volunteered to travel 12 light-years away to establish a foothold among the stars. Now nothing. No communications, no supply requests, no emergency signals. Admiral, called Lieutenant Park Min-ho from his station. The Galactic Council is requesting an update on Haven's status. Kim Bora frowned. The Galactic Council consisted of 7 alien species who ruled most of the known galaxy. Humans were considered the newest and weakest members. They had been granted council status only 20 years ago, and many aliens still saw them as primitive children playing with stolen technology. "Tell them we're investigating," she replied. "No need to share more details yet." Miles away on Earth's surface, Director Lee Jae-sung worked late in the underground research facility. Scattered across his desk were blueprints of alien technology, captured from various conflicts and trade agreements. Plasma weapons from the Corvan Empire, shield generators from the Zafrani Federation, faster-than-light drive components from the Ethereal Collective. "Sir?" His assistant, Dr. Han Yu-jin, entered with a hot cup of coffee. "The enhancement program is showing remarkable results. Our hybrid designs are testing 30% better than original alien specifications." Lee smiled tiredly. "Good. Very good. Have you prepared the package for Haven?" Han nodded. "The technical specifications and manufacturing guides are ready. But sir, it's been 6 months since we sent that convoy. What if something's happened to the colony?" "Our people are resourceful," Lee said, looking at a photo on his desk showing the first Haven colonists boarding their transport ships. Among them was his daughter, Colonel Choi Soo-jin, who had volunteered to help establish the colony's defense systems. They'll make it work. In the deep space between Earth and Haven, alien patrol ships moved through the darkness. The Corvan Empire maintained regular patrols near human space officially for security purposes. In reality, they were watching for signs of human military buildup. Captain Thexali of the Corvan vessel Night Hunter received a routine report from his sensor operator. "No unusual activity detected in the Haven system, Captain. Recommend maintaining patrol schedule." Thexali's forearmed form shifted in his command seat. His species looked down on humans as soft, weak creatures who relied too heavily on borrowed technology. "Continue monitoring. The moment these humans try to expand beyond their 2 systems, we'll be ready." He didn't know that deep scans of the Haven system had become mysteriously difficult 6 months ago. Sensor readings were inconsistent. Communication attempts went unanswered. To the Corvan Empire, this suggested colony failure. To Admiral Kim Bora on Earth, it meant something else entirely. Back on Earth, Kim Bora made her way to a secure conference room. President Yoon Min-ki was waiting, along with General Song Dae-woo and Chief Scientist Mok Jin-soo. "Admiral," the president began, "what's the situation with Haven?" Kim Bora placed the data pad on the table. The last communication was encrypted and brief. It simply said, "Project Endless has begun, maintaining radio silence as planned." The room fell quiet. Project Endless had been a theoretical plan, discussed only among the highest levels of human leadership. If the colonists had actually implemented it, General Song leaned forward. "Are you saying Haven isn't dead? They're just hiding?" "More than hiding," Kim Bora replied. "If Dr. Park Min-ho's reports are accurate, they're building. The massive electromagnetic interference they're generating isn't random, it's intentional. They're masking construction on a scale we've never attempted before." Chief Scientist Mok Jin-soo brought up holographic displays showing star charts. "If they've successfully established manufacturing facilities like we planned, Haven could be producing ships and weapons using our enhanced alien technology, but the energy requirements alone would explain the massive power signatures we detected before the blackout." Kim Bora finished. "They've done it. Our colonists have actually done it." President Yoon stood slowly. "Then we wait, and we prepare." Because when Haven breaks silence, the galaxy will never see us the same way again. As the meeting ended, none of them knew that Haven's transformation was already complete. In the darkness beyond the system's edge, thousands of ships waited in perfect formation, each one a masterpiece of combined alien technologies. The colonists had built more than anyone dreamed possible. The galaxy thought Haven was just another failed human colony. They were about to learn how wrong they were. Captain Thexali stood on the bridge of his warship Spear of Glory, watching Haven Colony come into view on the main screen. His serpentine body coiled with satisfaction. After 6 months of silence, he would finally discover what happened to these weak humans. "Captain," his sensor operator called out, "I'm detecting some unusual structures in orbit. They don't match our database of human construction." Thexali's 4 eyes narrowed. "Show me." The display changed to show Haven's orbital space. Instead of a few simple stations, there were dozens of massive platforms arranged in perfect defensive positions. They were unlike anything in Corvin. "Records. Those are not human designs," his weapons officer hissed. "They appear to be hybrid constructions." On Haven's main command center, Defense Commander Han Yu-jin watched the 3 Corvin ships approach. Around him, dozens of operators worked at stations that mixed human interface designs with alien technology stolen from various species. "Ma'am," reported technician Kim Min-ho, "Corvin patrol fleet has entered the outer detection grid. 3 vessels, standard configuration." Han Yu-jin smiled coldly. She had been waiting for this moment. After 6 months of building in secret, the Corvins had finally come to investigate. "Perfect. Activate orbital defense platforms 7 through 15, she ordered. "Charge all hybrid weapon systems. Do not fire until they make hostile moves." Director Park Jin-soo joined her at the command console. His weathered face showed no fear, only determination. "Remember, Yu-jin, we're not just defending a colony anymore. We're sending a message to the entire galaxy." On the Spear of Glory, Captain Thexali opened a communication channel. His translator converted his words into standard galactic code. "Human Colony Haven. This is Captain Thexali of the Corvin Empire. Your settlement has been silent for 6 months. Prepare for inspection. Any resistance will be met with force." The response came immediately in perfect Korean with translation. "This is Defense Commander Han Yu-jin. Haven Colony is functioning normally. We will not submit to inspection. Withdraw immediately." Thexali's blood turned cold. No human colony had ever refused a Corvin inspection. They were too weak, too dependent on galactic goodwill. "Human female," he growled, "you forget your place. The Corvin Empire protects this sector. Submit or face the consequences." "Captain," his sensor officer suddenly called out, panic creeping into her voice, "the defensive platforms are powering up. They're using technology that shouldn't be possible." Han Yu-jin looked at the tactical display showing the Corvin ships. Red targeting indicators appeared over each vessel. "Target acquired," announced Chief Gunner Oh Se-hui. "Hybrid plasma rail cannons online. Quantum-enhanced shields are active." "Captain Thexali," Han Yu-jin broadcasted calmly. "You have 10 seconds to withdraw. We will not ask again." Thexali's pride overrode his caution. "You dare threaten the Corvin Empire? All weapons target their primitive platforms. Fire!" The Corvin ships unleashed their plasma cannons, the same weapons that had defeated a dozen other species. The blasts struck Haven's orbital platforms and did nothing. The shields absorbed the energy completely. "Impossible," whispered Thexali. Han Yu-jin's voice echoed across the comm. "Fire." What happened next defied everything the Corvins knew about human technology. The orbital platforms unleashed weapons that combined the plasma technology of the Corvin Empire with railgun principles from the Zephrani Federation. The beams that struck the Corvin ships weren't just powerful, they were perfectly calibrated to penetrate Corvin shields. The first ship exploded instantly. The second lost engine power and began spinning helplessly. Only Thexali's flagship still had weapons, but its shields were failing. "Captain," his first officer screamed, "we must retreat. Our weapons have no effect." Thexali stared at the display in shock. The human platforms weren't just using stolen technology. They had improved it. Each weapon system was better than the original. The humans had somehow combined the best parts of different alien technologies into something new. All ships retreat, he ordered. Full power to engines. As the surviving Corvan vessels fled, Han Yu-jin opened a channel to Earth. Admiral Kim Bo-ra, this is Haven Colony. The Corvans have been repelled. Project Endless is working perfectly. They saw our basic defenses and ran. They have no idea what's really waiting for them. On Earth, Admiral Kim Bo-ra smiled grimly. Well done, Commander. How long until the full fleet is ready? All construction should be complete within the week. Admiral, we've reverse-engineered and improved technology from 7 different species. The Corvans just got a taste of what hybrid human engineering can accomplish. Back on the fleeing Corvan ship, Captain Thexali sent an urgent message to the Empire. High Command, the human colony Haven is not what we believed. They possess advanced hybrid technologies that exceed our capabilities. Recommend immediate response from the full battle fleet. He looked back at Haven's orbital platforms, still glowing with alien energy patterns. These humans are not the primitive species we thought. They're something far more dangerous. Fleet Admiral Song Dae-woo commanded 300 warships from the bridge of his flagship Coalition of Stars. Representatives from 7 alien species had joined forces to eliminate what they called the human threat. The massive fleet moved through space toward Haven Colony. Admiral, reported his communication officer. The Corvan captain's battle report has been confirmed. Haven Colony destroyed an entire patrol squadron using unknown hybrid weapons. Song Dae-woo nodded grimly. The Corvan Empire, Ethereal Collective, and 5 other species had united for the first time in centuries. All because of one human colony that refused to surrender. Maintain formation, he ordered. These humans got lucky once. They cannot stand against the combined might of the galaxy. Hidden in an asteroid field near Haven, Colonel Choi Soo-jin watched the approaching fleet on her stealth ship's sensors. Dark Falcon was invisible to most scanners, built using ethereal collective cloaking technology that humans had acquired years ago. Mom, she whispered, thinking of her mother back on Earth. You should see what we've built out here. Her tactical, Officer Major Kim Jun-ho studied the enemy formation. 300 ships, ma'am. Every major galactic power except the neutral zones. And they think they're hunting a single colony, Soo-jin replied, smiling coldly. Signal all hidden positions. Tell them it's time. On Haven's surface, Director Park Jin-soo watched the battle preparations from the underground command center. The colony above was just a front. Beneath the ground, massive factories worked day and night, producing ships and weapons. Sir, called Technician Lee Min-jung, all hidden bases report ready. 12 asteroid installations, 6 moon bases, and the deep space construction yards. Park nodded. The Coalition thinks Haven is alone. They're about to learn they're wrong. Inside, the Coalition fleet, Ethereal Collective Admiral Zethron observed the humans' tactics through his telepathic sensors. His crystalline form flickered with concern. I detect no fear from the human colony, he reported to the War Council. This troubles me. Fear is natural when facing overwhelming force. High Commander Thexali of the Corvan Empire dismissed his concerns. Fear or no fear, they die today. Our combined firepower will level their planet. As the Coalition fleet reached Haven's outer defense perimeter, Admiral Song ordered the attack. Thousands of energy beams and plasma torpedoes streaked toward the orbital platforms. The platforms absorbed the attacks easily. Then they fired back. But this time something was different. More weapons fired than should have been possible from the visible platforms. Energy beams came from seemingly empty space. Impossible, shouted the fleet's sensor operator. Ghost signals. Weapons firing from positions we can't see. Colonel Soo-jin aboard Dark Falcon revealed her ship, dropping the cloaking field. Immediately, dozens of other human vessels appeared around the Coalition fleet like wolves surrounding prey. All ships, she broadcasted. You are surrounded. Surrender and your crews will be spared. Admiral Song stared at his tactical display in horror. 60 human ships had appeared from nowhere, each one different from the others. They used technology. He recognized Corvin plasma cannons, Zafrani shields, ethereal engines, but combined in ways that shouldn't work. How? He whispered. How did they hide so many ships? His answer came from an unexpected source. The asteroid field he'd ignored because sensors showed it was lifeless suddenly blazed with activity. Hidden airlocks opened, revealing massive hangar bays. More human ships emerged, each one built like a patchwork of alien technologies. "Attention Coalition Fleet," announced Defense Commander Han Yu-jin from Haven. "You face not just one colony but a network. Every asteroid base, every hidden moon installation, every dark space construction yard. We have been building while you watched our decoy." The Coalition ships tried to fight back, but they faced a terrible realization. Every time they destroyed a human ship, 2 more took its place. The humans weren't just using stolen alien technology. They were mass-producing it. Major Kim Jun-ho, serving as Fleet Tactical Coordinator, smiled as he watched enemy ships retreat. They came to destroy a colony. Instead, they found the tip of an iceberg. Within hours, the mighty Coalition fleet began falling apart. Ships that had never retreated before fled in panic. The humans didn't pursue aggressively, they didn't need to. They had made their point. "Let some escape," Colonel Soo-jin ordered. "Make sure they report what they've seen." Admiral Song, his fleet reduced to barely 100 ships, sent a desperate message to Galactic Command. "Haven is not a colony. It's a manufacturing center. The humans have hidden bases throughout this sector. We need full galactic mobilization." As the Coalition retreated, Park Jin-soo contacted Earth. "Admiral Kim Bo-ra, Phase 3 is complete. We've revealed our second layer. They think they've seen our full strength." On Earth, Admiral Kim responded, "Excellent work. Begin Phase 4 preparations. Let's show them what Project Endless really means." The Shadow War had begun, and the galaxy was about to learn that humanity's greatest strength wasn't their technology. It was their ability to build, adapt, and prepare while their enemies underestimated them. Hidden in deep space, the Yao, true human armada waited, thousands of ships built in perfect secrecy, ready to emerge when the time was right. Grand Admiral Mok Jin-soo stood in Earth's deepest military bunker, 700 meters underground. Around him, holographic displays showed star maps of the entire galaxy. Red dots marked alien positions. Blue dots showed human assets. The blue dots were everywhere. "Begin Operation Endless Tide," he announced into his communicator. Across 50 star systems, hidden human bases received the activation codes. Bases built inside hollow asteroids. Shipyards disguised as mining operations. Manufacturing plants on forgotten moons. All had been waiting for this moment. In the Vega system, 12 light-years from Earth, Lieutenant Colonel Park Min-ki commanded what appeared to be a small research station on a dead moon. In reality, the moon was mostly hollow, filled with automated factories. "Activation code confirmed," he reported to Earth. "Beginning ship production at maximum capacity. First squadron will launch in 6 hours." His XO, Major Oh Se-hui, watched the internal displays showing massive assembly lines coming to life. "How many ships can we produce per day, sir?" 12. "Battlecruisers, 30 frigates," Park replied calmly. "And these are just from our small facility." Meanwhile, the Galactic Coalition was struggling to understand what had happened at Haven. Emergency sessions were called. Military leaders from all 7 species gathered to plan their response. High Commander Thexali of the Corvin Empire slammed, his 4 fists on the table. "We lost 100 ships. Our best technology was useless against them." Admiral Zethron of the Ethereal Collective floated above his seat, his crystal form pulsing with concern. "Their ships used our own cloaking technology, improved versions. How did they acquire our most secret designs?" The truth was simpler than they imagined. For decades, humans had traded, spied, scavenged, and reverse-engineered alien technology from every species they encountered. Each war, each diplomatic mission, each crashed alien ship became a learning opportunity. On Earth, Dr. Han Yu-jin worked in the primary research facility. Her laboratory contained weapons and engines from dozens of alien species, all partially disassembled and studied. The beautiful thing, she explained to her assistant, is that each species thinks their technology is so advanced that we couldn't possibly understand it. They're wrong. She pointed to a workbench where a Corvin plasma cannon had been merged with Zafrani shield harmonics and ethereal power cells. When you combine the best of each species, you get something better than any of them alone. In the Centauri system, Captain Lee Jae-sung commanded a strike force of 20 ships. His vessels looked strange, each one a unique combination of technologies from different alien races. No two ships were identical. Coalition fleet detected on sensors, reported his navigator. 48 ships, mixed species composition. Lee smiled. Perfect. Time to test the new hybrid designs. All ships, engage cloak, spread formation. Let's show them what human engineering can accomplish. The human ships vanished from sensors. The coalition commanders thought they had fled. Humans run when faced with superior numbers, laughed the Corvin captain, as expected from such a weak species. Then the humans attacked from all directions at once. Their ships appeared and disappeared using improved cloaking technology. Their weapons fired faster and hit harder than anything the coalition forces had seen. In just 30 minutes, the entire coalition fleet was destroyed. Only a few escape pods survived to tell the tale. Back on Earth, Admiral Kim Bo-ra received reports from all sectors. Status report from all systems. Commander Yoon Min-ki read from his display. Vega system, operational. Centauri, operational. Alpha Centauri, operational. All hidden bases are now active. Ship production is reaching maximum efficiency. Kim nodded. How many ships can we deploy? Current estimates suggest we can produce over 500 ships per day across all facilities. With our existing hidden fleet, we estimate total strength at... He paused, rechecking his numbers. Over 30,000 ships, Admiral. Kim Bo-ra smiled coldly. For 50 years, while the galaxy treated humans as junior partners, Earth had been planning, building, and preparing. Each colony ship that left Earth carried more than colonists. It carried construction equipment, trained engineers, and plans for hidden military facilities. The Galactic Coalition finally realized their mistake when their reconnaissance ships reported human vessels and systems where no human presence had been detected before. Impossible, shouted the Supreme Commander of the Coalition. Our sensors show human ships in 18 different systems. They couldn't have spread this far without us knowing. Admiral Zethran's crystal form dimmed with understanding. They have been among us all along, hidden, building, preparing. What we thought were trading posts and research stations were actually military bases. The Coalition's last hope was their most powerful weapon, the planet killer called World's End, a massive ship capable of destroying entire worlds. It represented the combined technology of all 7 species. Bring World's End from the core systems, ordered the Supreme Commander. We will make an example of Haven Colony. The humans must learn their place. But as World's End moved toward human space, sensors detected something that chilled even the bravest alien warriors. 1,000 human ships appeared in its path, each one glowing with the signatures of merged alien technologies. Captain Song Dae-woo, commanding the human fleet, sent a simple message. You built World's End, using the technology of 7 species. We rebuilt it using lessons learned from your mistakes. Surrender now and your crew will be spared. The endless fleet had revealed itself, and the galaxy would never be the same. Admiral Kim Bo-ra stood on the command deck of her flagship, Eternal Dawn, as it approached the galactic capital of Nexus Prime. Behind her, the human armada stretched beyond the horizon, 15,000 ships arranged in perfect formation. Each vessel represented decades of secret preparation and combined alien technologies. The entire Galactic Coalition fleet had assembled for the final battle. 7 species had contributed their most powerful warships. Over 10,000 vessels, from the Corvin Empire, Ethereal Collective, Zafrani Federation, and 4 other major powers surrounded the capital world. Admiral, reported Communications Officer Park Min-ho. Coalition fleet is hailing us. Put them through, Kim replied, her voice steady. Supreme Commander Veltar of the Coalition appeared on the main screen. His species, the hegemony, had ruled the galaxy for 3,000 years. Human Admiral, his translator converted his words. You have gone too far. Withdraw now, and we may allow your species to survive. Kim Bora looked at the alien commander, without emotion. Supreme Commander, you attacked our colony, you declared war on us, now you face the consequences. In the engineering sections of the human ships, Chief Engineer Oh Se-hui monitored the hybrid power systems. These vessels combined the best parts of alien technology with human innovation. Corvin plasma cores powered Zephrani shields. Ethereal engines channeled energy through human-designed weapons. All ships report ready for battle, she announced. Adaptive combat systems are online. The human adaptive systems were their secret weapon. Each ship learned from every battle, instantly sharing improvements with the entire fleet. If the Corvins used a new tactic, every human ship would know how to counter it within seconds. The battle began when Coalition forces opened fire first. Thousands of energy beams and projectiles filled space. The human ships responded with devastating precision. Colonel Choi Soo-jin commanded a squadron of fast attack ships. Her vessels looked like they were built from spare parts, a Corvin hull with ethereal engines and Zephrani sensors. But they worked perfectly. Target the Coalition command ship, she ordered. All squadrons execute pattern Delta 7. The human ships moved like a single organism. They had trained together for years, each crew knowing exactly what the others would do. Coalition commanders had never seen such coordination. On the surface of Nexus Prime, civilians watched in terror as the space battle raged above. Explosions lit up the sky like artificial stars. President Yoon Min-ki, who had traveled from Earth for this moment, broadcast a message to the planet below. Citizens of Nexus Prime, humanity offers you peace. Lay down your weapons, and no harm will come to you. The Coalition fleet fought bravely, but they faced an enemy that adapted with each passing moment. Human ships learned from damaged shields, improved their weapons targeting, and coordinated their attacks flawlessly. Director Lee Jae-sung, commanding the human support fleet, watched as enemy formations began to crumble. Sir, his tactical officer reported, Coalition forces are breaking formation, they're trying to retreat. Let them go, Lee ordered. We're not here to destroy, we're here to change everything. Within 6 hours, the Coalition's organized resistance collapsed. The great alien powers that had ruled the galaxy for millennia found themselves surrounded, outmatched, and outmaneuvered by the humans they had dismissed as primitive. Supreme Commander Veltar's ship, the Eternal Supremacy, found itself alone among human vessels. His bridge crew looked at him with fear and desperation. Admiral Kim, he called on the communication channel, his pride finally broken. What are your terms? Kim Bora appeared on his screen, flanked by President Yoon. Behind her, stars were visible through the viewport, not the blasted debris of war but normal space. The humans had won without destroying everything. Our terms are simple, President Yoon announced. The old Galactic Council ruled through fear and division. It ends today. We propose a new system, the Galactic Federation. Admiral Kim continued the explanation. Every species gets equal representation. No more stronger powers controlling weaker ones. Technology sharing becomes mutual, not forced. And any species that chooses war over diplomacy will face the combined might of all peaceful worlds. The galaxy held its breath. The humans had delivered an ultimatum, but not the one anyone expected. They offered partnership, not conquest. Commander Mok Jin-soo, monitoring communications from Earth, reported what happened next. Supreme Commander, 17 species have already agreed to join the new Federation. The Ethereal Collective has accepted. Even the Corvin Empire is considering membership. On Nexus Prime, representatives from dozens of species gathered in the old council chambers. But now, for the first time, humans sat at the head of the table. Admiral Kim Bo-ra addressed the assembled diplomats. You thought we were just another species to be controlled. You thought our colonies were weak targets. You forgot the most important thing about humanity. She paused, looking at each alien representative. We never give up. And when we unite, for a cause nothing in the galaxy can stop us. The age of human weakness was over. The era of the Galactic Federation had begun. And in the depths of space, the endless Armada stood ready to defend the peace they had won.